Hey, welcome in Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us. What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
Starting to pick up.
Yep. Well, that'll be great on live, on a podcast.
Hey, we may lose one of these canopies. There it goes.
Oh, boy.
I knew that was going to happen.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas.
Yeah, you're live, Irma. Welcome. What's up, Irma? How you doing? We got you. Hey, we're tapped into your computer there too, where you work. We can actually see you on video. I hacked your computer. So beautiful earrings today, Irma. You're always beautiful. Very nice.
You're so silly.
Scared me.
I just felt like being an older man today, Right here, subscribe behind the scenes, and you're just going to be a wealth of never wanting to watch this show again.
Yeah, it will scar you for life.
It will. Kay Boehning joining us this morning. Good morning, Kay.
I'm not Kay.
This feels weird having Rick here.
She's a lot better looking than I am.
Didn't get my hug this morning. Didn't have that nice good morning. How you doing? Just like hello. It's like Eeyore came in this morning. I'm just kidding. Rick.
I like it.
Golly. Oh, good morning. Hey, we got a buddy hanging out with us today on the side of the cup. So
he's missing an arm. And
well, he's hanging with us today.
Do people throw him or what?
No, he's on the edge and he gets knocked around all the time. So
okay, well.
All right, Huntsville, welcome. And Kay is not here this morning, and so it is just Rick today. I didn't run her off. At least I don't think
She's a little under the weather.
She's under the, and if Kay's not here, that she works through pretty much anything. So
she's worked through me for years.
Yeah, that's the number one. So Kay, we said a prayer for you this morning. Wish you well, and that you feel up to par here pretty soon. We appreciate all you do. So it's just Rick and I holding it down for a little bit. We are going to have you better hold these tables because they'll start sliding here in the studio. Good friend, new visitor, new friend. We've had a lot of new guests on this show, first time guests this past couple of weeks. Today, Brooke Lookabaugh will be joining us. She's from NewLife Alliance. Met her at the Villages Apartments is where she works, and she's going to come in today and talk about NewLife Alliance and their organization and how they're helping senior citizens here in Huntsville. And then Rick and I will keep you entertained through the next hour or so. We're excited. Thanks for joining us as we get started here. Episode 222. Bad Boys, Bad Boys, what you gonna do?
We're going to watch episode 222.
Is that show still going, by the way?
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about? Cops?
Yeah.
Does that even air anymore?
I don't know. I've seen reruns.
I haven't seen Cops in forever. You ever watched Step Brothers?
The movie?
Yeah.
I've seen the movie.
It's so hilarious where he's Will Ferrell and the other guy, I forget the other guy's name, but he's like, the other guy comes in and asks like Will Ferrell, like, you been messing with my drums? He's like, or no, he goes, why are you sweating? He's like, I've been watching Cops. And it's like, oh, she can. We'll go ahead and let her know to come in. But yeah, it was funny because he was in that movie. He was like, "Why are you sweating?" He just sitting there on the couch. He goes, just watching Cops. So we'll have Brooke on here in just a little bit, in about 15 minutes or so. So Brooke's in the studio, but you can have a seat, Brooke, and we'll have Brooke on here in a little bit. We're excited to have her today and talk about the great things happening with some of our nonprofits here in town. Rick, was that on a rating of 1 to 10, 1 being horrible, 10 being great, the greatest? Where would you put that movie in your collection of movies?
2.1.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
See, I'm like an 8.9 on that movie.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that funny.
I thought it was hilarious.
I don't thrive on strife.
What about Wedding Crashers? Do you like?
I don't think I saw that one.
You didn't see that one either. Wedding Crashers was like a 7 in my. But I'm no Siskel or Ebert, man. I'm not good at judging movies.
Well, if they're going to argue all the time, I don't really care for that. If I wanted to be arguing, I'd go talk to people I don't like.
My all-time favorite movie to this day, nothing beats it. I can't help it, man. It's Forrest Gump. I just love that movie.
I do like Forrest Gump.
It's just a good instant classic. And then right up there on that list now, though, that's up there, thanks to Billy Cawthon. By the way, Billy's joining us this morning. Boy, look at that. Billy gives Step Brothers a 9.9.
Oh.
So see, we have that same kind of comedic sense to us. I thought you would be as one of the 4 dumplings. I thought that
you would think
you're the most recent dumpling. I thought that we may have to reevaluate the dumpling gang.
If you have to, you have to. But
you gave that a 2.2. Is that what you said?
I said 2.1.
2.
Don't be giving a higher score than I gave.
2.1. Come on, Rick. Anyways, welcome in. Good morning. 222 as we get going here. Episode 222. We're coming up on a year here in just a few weeks.
That's right. What are you going to do for your year anniversary?
Man, we're going to have a whole new intro. Been working on that behind the scenes. I was going to do it at the new year, and I said, you know what? Let's wait until the new business year. So the first year.
What year? What day is that?
I don't have any idea. Sometime in March. So yeah,
let's see. March. Oh, that's next week.
We'll get that done right away. No, our very first guest on this show was BJ McMichael, and I reached out, and it was hilarious because in traditional fashion, there's always something. There's always something that seems like it comes up with me, and I drove all the way here, thought I had everything set up, and left my laptop. And I had to turn. No, it wasn't that. I left my key to the office because I hadn't had it on my key ring yet. And so I rolled in here at like 6. I was excited. I was here like 6:35. We were getting started at 7 then. And I got here. And I said, "You got to be kidding me! I don't have my key." And so I turned around. And that drive down, that's 15 minutes there, 15 minutes back.
It's 30-minute drive.
So, of course, the very first episode, we were late.
And you had BJ McMichael on?
BJ was on, yeah.
He's a nice guy.
He's a great guy. Yeah, he was on the very first one that we had. And I'm trying to go back here and look. If I go through all the live episodes now, the very first interview that we ever had, that was with I know who it is. My mind just slipped. It was with Deanna. The very first interview I had was Deanna Irwin. Yep. And that wasn't even a show interview. So I just completely lied to all of you. The very first show that we had was April the 10th, 2023.
Oh.
We came back in March, but we didn't officially launch the show until April the 10th. Hello Huntsville was already going. We just hadn't started the show yet. So we will have a new video and an intro on April the 10th. And I wonder what day that falls on, Rick. Wouldn't that be cool?
Why don't we find out?
Wouldn't that be cool if it was on a Wednesday?
Yeah, it probably won't.
Oh, it is.
Oh,
you guys get to be the 1 year anniversary, man.
So you want me to bring you a cake?
Yeah, I'd like you to bring. I'd like you to bring gold bars, bring cakes, bring everything you can think of.
Bring a cake in the shape of a gold bar.
Bring everything, Rick. So yeah, April the 10th, we're gonna have a big celebration. Anyways, we're here. I already said episode 222 as we get rolling. Cold front just blew through a little bit earlier, and temperatures are going to continue falling by the afternoon. We should be in the low 50s. Jerica's already joining us from Fargo, and she's probably chuckling because it is finally cold up in Fargo. They have had a very, very mild winter, and they are finally having some winter conditions up there that they haven't had really this year. And so, Jerica, we want to welcome you in. As always, big thanks to everybody for joining the show this morning. We are here downtown in our studio. Big thanks to Elliot Herzlich from Elliot's Jewelers for sponsoring our studio. Paul Oley, we love you, Paul. Good morning. Paul with the gallery for all of your framing, photography needs. Paul Oley will take care of you. He helps provide the space. And of course, on a Wednesday, we would not be able to be here without our great friends from Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. Kay's not in today, obviously, but Rick is here. And
That's
Rick,
right.
Appreciate you hanging with us.
I'm holding her chair down.
Hey, we had
It's
a fun,
tough job.
It is, and that it's just like I said, man. It just feels weird because I'm so used to Kay being right
She's
here.
over here grabbing your leg.
Well, she touches my knee because that's her
That's
secret.
her signals is that she wants to say
That
something.
she wants to, and I told her that. I said, "Give me like a signal." Because I don't want to just sit here and yak the whole time. And so she'll reach over and do. I said, "Kay, just let me know." And so she just every once in a while, if you ever see this, it's her touching my knee to talk.
And when she wants me to shut up, she kicks me.
Yeah. And when I was in a broadcast booth and my analyst, I'd take my elbow and I'd jab him because you don't have video.
Yeah.
And so, if Brian Adams was sitting next to me, I'd take my elbow and I'd just keep punching him right there in the belly button in the gut. And so if you used to listen to the Bearcat games back in the day when I called them and you'd hear this, that was me like just jabbing Brian, giving him a cue to start talking. The first Bearcat game.
What the word hyperbole means?
Well, the first Bearcat game that I called, we were at, I think it was in New Mexico. And because we had opened the season against an FBS opponent. And it was the very first game I recall. Brian and I actually met. I've learned that it's not called the tarmac, that people use that word wrong. Like where the airplanes, where they're taxiing in,
Mm-hmm.
it's not a tarmac. Did you know this?
What are you trying to tell me?
Like people in aviation told me that I need to ask Greg this, but I don't know what else to call it. So I'll say we met on the tarmac. The plane was there and we got on the plane. That was the first time Brian and I had ever met. We never even really talked on the phone. We met right before we got on that plane in College Station. And I'll never forget, I didn't know to dress up. I mean, I was like in gym shorts and a t-shirt. I'd never called Division I ball before. And so I get on they had a little tram that took us there at College Station. It was just a little, not really a tram, but a bus.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little small bus. And they told us, because we didn't go through the main part, we went through like the business aviation part of the airport. That's a little bit different usually.
Right.
And so and I walk in, I don't know any of these coaches other than Coach Keeler, but he wasn't there. He's already, he goes a different way. And I get on this little bus that takes us out there to the tarmac or the taxiway, I guess. Maybe you could call it a taxi. Maybe that's the right word.
Are the planes running on it? No.
So I guess that's not it then. I don't know. The parking lot for the planes. That word is not used correctly. Someone told me this and I need to figure it out. But I get on that bus and I'm the only one that's not dressed up in a nice suit. I say, you got to be kidding me. And the first guy it was Coach Carlin. It was Clayton Carlin. He used to be the DC, the defensive coordinator at Sam Houston. Now I think he's an associate head coach. And I'll never forget, he was the first guy that I talked to. And, he and I befriended each other. And when I got back to Huntsville here last year, he was one of the first guys that reached out to me and said, let's go grab something to eat. He said, I'm glad you're back. And so he and I went over to Pinch and Plate and we had breakfast one morning.
I'm glad you're back too.
But it was,
if you want it, I can loan you a tie.
But that was it, Brian. Yeah, appreciate it. But that's where Brian Adams and I first met, on that plane. And it's just cool how everything, you develop friendships and all that. But the whole point of me telling this story was the first game I'd ever broadcast for Sam Houston. I didn't know the situation that I was getting into. It was not good how my predecessor was treated. And that wasn't by the university. It was, other things that happened. They should have given him a graceful exit. It's Cooter. I'll mention the name Cooter. I love Cooter to pieces. He's a good friend. He and I try to go to lunch once a month or so. But you need to give somebody, you need to give them the right way to go, especially 39 years.
Yeah.
And so I was like, man, people in this community aren't going to like me. It's going to be hard because, this was a legend. And today he's still the voice of Huntsville. I don't care what people say. He's always going to be the voice of this community.
Cooter.
And so I'm sitting there and I'll never forget, I got a tweet. And I don't really care about social media too much, but I got a tweet. And I was a little bit interested just because it was my first game. And somebody had DM'd me and said, would you please, I'm just going to say it. They said, would you please shut up? It's like, you're never going to replace the guy that was here before. And he goes, and quit saying Brian every 5 seconds. Because Brian and I were still trying to figure out how we were going to do this. And so I would say, hey, it's 1st down and 10, blah, 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 blah. Brian. And that's why the guy said, would you please shut up saying Brian every 5 seconds? And to this day, I don't know who it was. It was like some random Twitter username that I never could figure out.
It wasn't me.
Yeah, it was Rick probably. So, But that was my first memory of when we got started.
I'm
And
rude, but I'm not that rude.
a little bit. That's why R starts with Rick and it stands for rude. So
Is it?
yeah.
I didn't think that was the case, but okay. No.
So anyway,
Rob
just-
starts with R too.
That was just a little. Okay, so here's what Mayor says. Mayor Humphrey joined. Good morning, Mayor. Good to see you on. He said apron. That's it. It's apron. Apron. If the tarmac and ramp aren't the official terms, then it's got to be the apron. And I think that's right. I think that's what the word I was looking for. This is, in fact, the official term used by both the International Civil Aviation Organization, ICAO, which advises on aviation practices worldwide, and the Federal Aviation Administration, the FAA, which regulates the aviation in the U.S. So, see, I knew I was on. And John Volkmer. John, good to see you, buddy. I know you haven't been feeling well, and it's so good to see you back on the stream. John said tarmac is a road surface made of crushed rock and tar.
I believe that.
So there you go. It is not called the tarmac. It is on the apron. And that was the word I was looking for. That's what I remember.
Our mayor is a pretty well-educated man.
Well, I'm glad I got that cleared up because that was going to bother me all day if I didn't figure it out. Well, friends, feeling generous yesterday, boy, it was great. 10 a.m. this morning, the Prison City Film Festival gets started. Prison City Film Festival. We had some guests on yesterday on the show talking about that. That will get underway at 10 a.m. We gave away, thanks to Paul Shriver and his family and those that are organizing this film festival, 7th year, $700 in value. He gave away 2 VIP passes on the show yesterday, $350 a piece. Steph Valley got them, and she is off today. And she's like, well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it to a lot of it. But then she told me she's got to work tomorrow, but then she's off the rest of the week. I said, well, man, that's great. So she could go be a part of all this. So that gets underway this morning around 10 a.m. You can still get your tickets. You can go online, prisoncityfilmfestival.com. I'm sure you can even probably just show up over at the Old Town Theater and buy passes there. You don't need the big VIP pass. It's $10 for each block if you wanted to go that way too. So maybe you can only go see a few films. I think yesterday they said something like 30 plus films that they're going to be showing this year, which is crazy. I think they had 82 submissions, something like that. Think about if you're the guy, and we had Robert on here, Atea, who goes through this stuff. Think about if you're the guy that has to go through all those films and pick which, and try to decipher what's what and all that.
I would not be good at that.
No, I know you wouldn't because you gave Step Brothers a 2.2.
Yeah,
so.
Well.
Kyle says the M in Rick's name stands for makes good choices.
M? There's an M in my name?
Where did the M come from?
I don't know.
Anyways, I don't know. Kyle, we love you, man. Sometimes I'm just kind of worried, Kyle. I'm just kidding, buddy. Randolph Thompson over Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine joining us says, greetings and salutations, Huntsville. Be blessed and may God's grace resound in your life. Good to see Randolph. I know Randolph hasn't been feeling too well. And Randy, it's so good to have you back with us.
I run into him twice in the last couple of days.
Yeah. Have you been over to Granny Mary's?
No.
You need to go. Man, it's so good.
Oh, I've been there.
Yeah, but we need
just not recently.
We need to go. See, this is why I don't like talking about food because we'll say, oh, we need to go. And then we end up going somewhere.
We don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah, not today, though.
Well, as soon as I leave here, I'm going to Cafe Texas. But
you have to medicate the dog today?
I do.
Okay.
I have to medicate the dog.
All right. By the way, I know your poor little pup's not feeling too well.
Well, she feels fine as long as she gets her medication.
She gets medicated. Yeah, there you go. All right. Well, we're going to take a break. We got your local. Actually, I lied. We got your national news coming up. One day we're going to have more local national news coming up here in just a few moments, and also a word from our sponsors. Before we do it, though, I'm giving away $30 to Cafe Texan today. $30 to Cafe Texan. All you got to do is text in the keyword rodeo, along with your name on the Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line. That line is open at 936-339-0139. $30 to Cafe Texan because Rick's here today and he can't win it. Again, rodeo along with your name.
Not fair at all.
Do that on the Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line, 936-339-0139. As always, our show is made possible every Wednesday by our great friends at Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. They are the early child care educators and excellent educators here in our community. 0 to 5 is the most important age. And if you've seen the Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, you can thank Kay and Tomorrow's Promise for helping to provide those books to our children. Over 1,000 of those books going out each month, which is incredible. We'll be back in a moment. Here's your national news and more to come as we continue on. Brooke joins us on the other side. This is your show. It's Good Morning Huntsville.
USA News, I'm Ryan Daniels. President Biden and former President Trump are both notching convincing primary election wins in Michigan. On the Republican side, Trump defeated challenger Nikki Haley after beating her in her home state of South Carolina last week. While Trump's essentially secured the GOP nomination, Haley has vowed to stay in the race, arguing both Trump and Biden are unpopular among most Americans. On the Democratic side, a not so insignificant number of Michigan voters turned in a protest vote against President Biden for his handling of the Israel-Hamas war. The man who might have shed more light on the timing of the romance between Fulton County DA Fonnie Willis and one of her special prosecutors in the election interference case against Donald Trump did not on Tuesday.
You're an officer of the court, correct?
I am.
And you're under oath today?
I am.
Is there any of your testimony from today or the previous days that you want to correct?
That I want to correct?
Yes.
No, I told you everything that I've answered everything that you asked.
Divorce lawyer Terrence Bradley was compelled to testify about when the relationship between DA Willis and Nathan Wade began. He says he does not recall. Lawyers for Wade and Willis claim the relationship began after they started working together on the Trump case. The use of Paxlovid could save lives and money. USA's John Schaefer explains.
University of Texas researchers found that administering the antiviral drug Paxlovid after a COVID-19 diagnosis based on NIH data from high-risk patients during the 2022 Omicron variant wave could save lives and money. According to the UT report, widespread use could have reduced hospitalizations by hundreds of thousands, resulting in estimated savings of $57 to $170 billion. The research indicates that Paxlovid use could potentially save around 30,000 lives during a significant outbreak.
This is USA News.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline, so I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
Do you have a story to tell? Bring your story to life with audiobooks. Great stories deserve great storytelling. Audiobook Network provides professional voice actors and full production services for every author's manuscript. From narration, production, and editing to distribution, promotion, and sales, Audiobook Network handles everything. If you have a print book, ebook, or even a manuscript, call Audiobook Network now and get our free audiobook guide. 800-734-1229, 800-734-1229.
Tomorrow's Promise Montessori schools believe in creating spaces where children can learn, grow, and use their imaginations. At any Tomorrow's Promise location, children enjoy the largest playgrounds in town. Tomorrow's Promise Montessori is a fun school where every child learns at their own pace, and mastery of a concept is expected before moving on to the next concept. At Tomorrow's Promise, every child is respected, loved, and nurtured for the unique individual that they are. Third location on Veterans Memorial, coming soon. Visit tpms.life for more information. Education you can trust.
Hey listeners, Rob here, and I'm excited to welcome Abby from the Color Bar, where they're all about meeting every community need with continuous innovation.
Thanks, Rob. We're thrilled to evolve, offering stylish cuts for kids, men, and women, alongside expert coloring services.
That's fantastic. What's new and exciting in the world of the Color Bar?
We're always adding to our repertoire. Whether it's trendy cuts for all ages or dynamic coloring techniques, our team is geared up for it.
That's great to hear. Any sneak peek into future plans?
Our community drives us, Rob. Stay tuned for more services on the horizon, ensuring we cater to everyone's unique tastes.
Exciting times ahead. And Abby, tell us about the Color Bar's locations.
We're not just in one spot, we're spreading the magic in multiple locations. You can find us in Huntsville and Conroe.
Fantastic. So listeners, for a stylish experience with the Color Bar, visit colorbartx.com or call 936-439-4972. With multiple locations, they're here to give you a look that feels uniquely yours.
We can't wait to welcome everyone to the Color Bar.
Hi, I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
All right, Huntsville, welcome back at 8 o'clock in the morning. And, well, Rick, you know what that means, right?
You're going to have to use the horn.
What do we always say if it's 8 a.m. and you're not at work yet?
You're going to be fired.
Yeah. So my old rule is if you were there, if you're 7:55, you're early. If you're 8 o'clock, you're late. And if you're 8:05, you're fired.
I'm not at work, and it's after 8.
Rick's fired.
Yay!
Hey, do you know who's not fired and who's joining us here? Miss Brooke Lookabaugh. Welcome.
Hello.
Brooke.
Good morning.
Good to have you on this morning.
Excited to be here. Thank you so much.
Brooke,
This is awesome.
You get the first time. We've used this thing quite a bit lately.
I know.
Whoa.
First time guest. I can't even do it this morning. There you go. First, I'm going to hook this thing up to a battery, Rick, is what I need.
I've got a thing we could do that with.
Yeah. So this is courtesy of Rick
Wow.
Boehning. Tomorrow's Promise. This is the Tomorrow's Promise guest horn. So welcome
This
in.
is so cool. I
Yeah.
feel so special. Thank you.
And you know, it's Tomorrow's Promise. You won't come back tomorrow. We promise. After getting that horn. So
No, I love that. I'll be back every day just because of the horn.
Brooke Lookabaugh joining us here from NewLife Alliance and also with the Villages. We'll talk a little bit about all of that in a few moments. You and I met just, a week ago?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's amazing. We just met a week ago. We were over at the Villages. This community was so gracious, and we appreciate everybody for stepping up, donating to senior citizens. And Brooke is also over at the Villages where you have been working there with our residences here in Huntsville and the elderly community and those that need a little bit of assistance. And the Villages does that. And so here in a moment, I want to talk about the Villages. Then we'll transition into NewLife Alliance. It's a nonprofit. We'll talk more about that. But let us know a little bit about you and kind of how long you've been here in Huntsville and the full story minus the Social Security number.
Alrighty. So my name is Brooke Lookabaugh. I am from Midland, Texas. Grew up, born and raised in Midland, Texas. Came here for college, as most people do. Graduated from SAM, eat 'em up. Got a degree in integrated studies. So basically, I have 3 minors. In communications is one of them, theater and English. So I love to talk. I love to write. And I should love to read more than I probably do. But born and raised. I have a dog. Her name's Arizona. She's the best thing ever. We love her.
Where did the Arizona, did it come from, the state or the brand of tea?
So I actually got her alongside with an old friend of mine, and she loved Grey's Anatomy. And one of her favorite characters was Arizona. Admittedly, I've never watched the show, so I don't know anything about Grey's Anatomy or Arizona, but I thought the name was cute. She's a brown German Shepherd dog, so the name just seemed to fit perfectly. She's very sporadic. She's 8 years old and still has that spunk like she is a 5-month-old puppy.
That's all right.
At 8 years old, but she's the best.
That's how Rick is at 80. He's still got that spunk.
Now, I am officially a senior citizen, just so you know.
Did you get a discount yesterday?
I didn't even think about asking.
Yeah,
It's still new to me.
Yeah, I'm excited about that discount coming up. Well, Brooke, we have a long time, Rick, before Brooke and I hit that discount.
I know you guys got 20 years. She's rather got 50.
Yeah, I got some time.
Brooke, something else that you told me earlier. You got a little radio background back in the day. You want to enlighten us on that?
Yeah. So at the university, there are certain classes where you have to do an hour on the radio. It's a grade. And so you basically go on the radio for an hour. You kind of learn how to use the board, how to go to commercial, how to play music, how to do advertisements. And like I said, it's only an hour, so it's relatively simple. But I actually really liked it. I got, you got the headset. I remember feeling so official. There's a microphone in front of you. I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. I was 19, 20 years old when I did it. So I would take pictures of myself. I was like, I'm on the radio, guys.
Oh, cool. You were doing a little work over at old KSAM, right?
Yeah,
Back in the day?
KSAM.
Wow. There's a news guy over there. One of my buddies, Larry Crippen. I love Larry to pieces. And he's kind of like the news of Huntsville. And anytime you hear Larry, he does such a great job with the local news. And he goes, that's your news from the news leader, KSAM. See, I've been studying it. So
It's like my classic radio type of voice.
No, it's just and so many places, I give the station credit for that because so many radio stations don't have local news anymore like that, and they've got him in house over there. So he's a great man. Well, it's so good to have Brooke joining us today. Again, giving a little bit of her background. Just love the journey and love hearing a little bit about you. Let's transition and talk about your role now. How did you get into the role that you're at over at the Villages and working with NewLife Alliance?
So I have always wanted to be I've always never really known what to do. And then I finally had one of my now best friends. She's always wanted to be a wedding planner. And so she kind of introduced me to the world of coordinating and what kind of that world is like. And so I was like, maybe this is something I would love to do when I say grow up. This was only about 5-6 years ago.
It's okay. Rick and I still haven't grown up. Don't worry.
It's like, oh, okay, perfect.
We got a ways to go.
Great. That means I got a go ways to go there.
She's already
She's over here looking at me.
Yeah. See.
But this job opened up, and sometimes event planning or any sort of coordinating positions are very few and far between sometimes, especially in an area that's relatively small. But this ended up popping up really randomly, and I applied for it, talked to the manager at the time, and now here we are. And the nice thing is that she was actually in my position that I'm in now before me. So she kind of was able to give me the ropes and kind of tell me how to do stuff, which I'm so thankful for, because this is no easy feat of a job, especially when you're kind of trying to work alongside vendors or hosting events all the time and doing different stuff. I've learned so much from this company and from this job. It's been so awesome.
How long have you been over now?
I've only been there since August.
Wow, so it's kind of a new thing.
It's so new for me.
Now, so at the Villages specifically, I know this is a senior living community. Talk a little bit more about just the Villages and what you guys do there, and then we'll talk more on the nonprofit side with New Life Alliance.
Yeah, so we are an affordable housing complex. So we are tax credited. So a lot of our residents are on low income or they are on Social Security. So they do not have a lot of, it can be rough out there. It can be rough, So basically what we do is we offer courses such as financial planning, credit counseling, health and nutrition. And then obviously we do social events because, nobody likes to sit at home all day by themselves. So I try to do as much stuff as possible so they can get together and just hang out. And that's pretty much what I do. And then I also reach out to companies and reach out to just anyone who's willing to donate to our residents.
Yeah.
Everything we get goes back to our residents. Every single penny that we ever get will go back to them.
That's wonderful. And you guys are 55 plus community, is that right?
Yes.
Awesome.
Well, we
Rick,
actually have
55 plus community.
I turned 65.
Oh, so you get like the double.
I need the double. Can I move in for $8 a month?
That's not my jurisdiction.
Oh, well.
I'm not the leasing manager.
Dead burning.
But I can see what I can do for you.
Would you please?
I'll see.
Because my wife is ready to get rid of me. Who just walked in. I cannot believe that I double take there.
We told you Kay ain't gonna be down for long. So, well, I just love, when we came over there the other day, and my mother worked in a nursing facility for 35 plus years, and so we had a heart for being involved in senior citizens' lives and just loving on people, because some people don't have anybody to love on them. And there was so much joy over at the Villages when we were there dropping off those items.
Yeah.
And it was really neat. It was a good idea. Liz had this idea. Liz Spears, one of our HLI 42 classmates, she had this idea. We have all this leftover stuff that we had already blessed, I think 41 or 42 baskets to another Parkview Place, I believe was the living community here that we did. Okay. And we had a lot of things left over. We said, we want to, and that was the goal all along, is find other organizations to give these items to. And so Liz had the idea of, let's just go over there and kind of make it like a shopping thing for the folk. Now, shopping, they didn't have to pay anything, obviously, but we just laid it out on tables, and those residents there were so nice and so friendly. There was a gentleman that y'all had over there, and I won't give his name or anything just for privacy, but he was a veteran, and he was helping me take boxes out of the back of my. I said, "Sir," and he had a cane. And he's like, no, I want to help. He's like, this is what we did in the military. We help. And I was like, all right. And so I didn't want to steal that joy from him. So I let him carry a few of the boxes in. But they were just hugging and loving on people. And you could tell there was a place that just full of so much joy.
Yeah, they are the best. We have in my opinion, some of the best residents out there. I love them. I love hanging out with them. I try and we play games all the time. Like we did trivia just beginning of this month. And I learned a lot in trivia. And it was cool seeing kind of like what they maybe didn't know. Cause I feel like growing up, you think, older people know everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like they are just the most knowledgeable people. So it was fun kind of and they were silly little, I know you know everything.
I do.
I can just tell.
When I sit next, like Rick uses big words that I should know from when I was in English, like hyperbole, and I totally forgot what that meant. So a while ago, I just kind of blew it off like, ha, ha, ha. I didn't even know what he was talking about. Rick is this guy. He knows the big words.
That's right. You know why? Because my wife's an educator.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
He's got the cheat sheet.
Well, Rick goes to Tomorrow's Promise every day too. They have like a special classroom for adults.
I have my own special classroom where the
Just
kids
for
come up
you?
and kind of tap on the glass a little bit.
Oh,
Good.
that is so fancy.
This is turning into bash on Rick Day. I'm sorry. We need to stop, Rick.
I've got broad shoulders. I can take it.
How fun.
So
fun.
we were talking villages with Brooke here, and appreciate Brooke Lookabaugh being with us this morning. Just great to hear about the villages. Let us know. Maybe there's somebody out there today saying, I'm a senior citizen. I'm looking for an affordable place to live. Or they know of somebody who's looking. Kind of how does that process work to get into a place like the villages?
Yeah. So since it is affordable housing, I will tell you the process is very lengthy, but it is lengthy for a reason. But you can come up and call. You can come up and visit us. We love saying hi. We love meeting new people. Or you can go ahead and call us, and we'll get you set up. There is a wait list right now. We are completely occupied on the senior side. So we actually have two sides.
Oh,
we have what we call the family side, and then we have the senior side.
Across the street, right?
They're just across the street.
Yeah, okay.
So it's same management, it's same office, but we keep them separate because there are two separate entities basically. But we do have some vacancies on the family side if anyone is genuinely interested. But I do stuff for both sides. So it's not just the seniors that get stuff. On the other side, I actually have an after school program.
Oh, really?
That I do Monday through Thursday. Right now I've got 3 kiddos. They are the sweetest, most awesome little kids in the world. But yeah.
How does that work? Like the after school program? Can you tell us a little bit more
Yes,
information on that?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So
please.
I start getting prepped at 3:00, and then when their first bus comes, I give them a snack. We just kind of talk about their day. Obviously, they'll ask me what they're going to do because they're very curious all the time what we're doing. They love playing games. I've learned that they love playing board games. That was actually a fun thing I learned yesterday. And then I have a second bus that comes in, and my other one comes, gets a snack, and we kind of just decompress about his day. And then we spend about 45 to 50 minutes just playing games. We've made paper before.
Oh, cool.
We've made recycled paper. What else have we done? I've done scavenger hunts for them. So we just have fun for an hour, kind of until 5:00 when most parents are typically getting home. And then, so it kind of just gives them something to do for about an hour to an hour and a half.
Yeah, and a good friendly place, and most importantly, a safe place to do things as well.
Yeah.
So, well, let's transition now and talk about the NewLife Alliance side. NewLife Alliance, it's a 501c3 nonprofit that's focused on just giving a better experience, a better life for senior citizens. So enlighten us on the NewLife Alliance part of things.
Yeah, so NewLife is basically a nonprofit organization that comes in, and we, because it is affordable housing, we have to offer certain educational courses, but that's where NewLife comes in, is they give us direction on where to go for every single thing that we have to educate them on. Like I've said, I've learned so much just because I'm the one that has to kind of do the lesson planning, I guess you could say, for it. So I've learned a lot. Like I said, we do credit counseling, financial planning, health and nutrition. So like I've brought in Kroger Pharmacy actually came in and helped us give flu shots, COVID shots, all that stuff to our seniors. So that was really awesome. But that's basically what NewLife does, is we are the ones that rally the community together, and we get donations for our residents and stuff like that. Like I've brought in Medicaid, Medicare, health plan providers to do stuff with them. But that's what we do. We educate, we enlighten, and that's like our whole purpose.
Yeah, I love that. Well, maybe there's someone this morning that's saying, I've got a really big heart for senior citizens as well, and they want to get involved. They want to help out. What kind of maybe community volunteer opportunities are there for folks here in Huntsville and throughout the county to come and get involved?
We actually do have volunteer opportunities, whether it's coming in and if I have an event, say during the month, like next month, I'm actually doing an Easter brunch.
Oh, cool.
So you can come in and help serve if you would like. Or you can just come and hang out and talk to everyone. Like I said, they love talking to people, and it's tough sometimes for people to go and for them to reach out and go, and because a lot of them can't drive. or do not have vehicles or, what have you. So just bringing anyone in, if anyone, like I said, wants to come chat, help, we could always use help, like kind of with small stuff like cleaning, reorganizing, but it would be all in the name of our residents and helping them out and helping us out.
Well, there was a lady, and again, I won't dive into details just for privacy, but there was a lady there that cannot see. And it was so wonderful to see another community member there that was helping her.
Mm-hmm.
And I just love that. And she just said, anything you need, I'm just a few buildings down. You come by and see me. And both those ladies were just so sweet. And again, I go back to the word joy because that's what we experienced when we were there. And that it's a good place with folks like you that are there and in charge and really helping these residents feel comfortable, feel safe and secure. And everyone there was smiling. Nobody was upset. You go into some places and even a retirement community where people should be enjoying, this last leg of their life and all their hard work. And they just want a place to feel comfortable and maybe get a little bit of assistance and be taken care of. And you go into some place and people are upset. You can tell. Everyone that we met the other day, I mean, they wanted to give us hugs. They were all saying thank you. And it was just a great place of joy. It was fun to be there. So
yeah, they love and care about each other so much. It's honestly really admirable to see people like that. Like no one will ever go unassisted there, even by their own neighbors. They are so neighborly, so kind. It's awesome to see.
So I was kind of thinking if Rick, I don't think he would be a fit there because Rick makes.
No, I'm actually a curmudgeon.
Yeah, Rick gets real grouchy.
Uh-oh.
That's what a curmudgeon is.
Yeah. See, there's that word again.
You learn something new every day.
Rick, are you a domino player? Do you ever play dominoes?
I have. Yeah,
it'd be fun. Maybe
set them up and push.
Yeah,
they all go down.
Does your residents play dominoes over there? Do they ever get together?
We've never played dominoes, but I'm keeping that.
There we go.
I'm keeping that in my head.
All right.
Oh, it's fun
because that's a fun idea.
Keep that in your head, and maybe once a month or once a quarter, we'll come over there and play dominoes with them.
That would be so fun.
Do it.
Yeah,
they would love it.
We would. I would enjoy doing that.
Yeah, genuinely, they would love that.
I miss going. I used to hang out the VFW. That's where I learned playing dominoes. That's where I got secondhand smoke and domino playing from the VFW.
Oh,
yeah. So
if you ever need a fix, you just sniff that domino, right?
Yeah, it was. You just take your fingernail. And you could actually. It was caked on the domino. It's still under my fingernails 20 years later. I'm just kidding. So.
Oh, geez.
Sorry, we get a little carried away.
Yeah. Well, Brooke, it's so wonderful to have you today and talk about talking again about NewLife Alliance. Great organization. Every penny of this nonprofit goes back to the residents of these communities and just supporting them and helping them. Is there anything that we left out today? I know your contact information. Maybe people want to get in touch with you. How can they do that?
Yes. So if you would like to email or you can even call the office, our phone number is 432-295-1222. If you would like to donate, we do have certain things that we can or cannot, like we cannot take cash if anyone wants to give a monetary donation. We also take like food. We have a food pantry because like I said, with fixed income individuals, it's really hard for them to go to the store. Like I said, a lot of them don't have cars, so it's really easy to just go to our office and get food. So if anyone has any pantry items, we will happily take your pantry items. That's like one of the best donations we can possibly get. You can also, if you want to learn more about NewLife, there is a website. It's newlife-alliance.org. And that's where you can learn how to donate. You can also donate through the website if you feel so inclined. But yeah, that's the best way to help us. Like I said, you can always come volunteer, come hang out with us. You can call, you can email me. I can give Rob my email.
Perfect.
For anyone that wants to reach out and come volunteer, come hang out with us if you want to donate. Like I said, we're doing a brunch. So one of the things I'm offering for our brunch is a ham. So if anyone would like to donate a ham, there's just little small things that people can do.
And when is that? That's for the Easter brunch, right? That's
yes, the Easter brunch. That is the end of, I believe that is the Friday before Palm Sunday.
Wonderful.
So I can't pinpoint the actual day, but that'll be when our brunch is.
Okay. Well, wonderful. Well, Brooke, so great to have you on this
Thank
morning.
you so much for having me. This has been awesome. And it's been nice to meet
Absolutely.
you as well.
You too.
Rick.
All right.
That's where the M is, remember?
Rick.
Oh,
Rick.
Marick. That's
Marick.
it. Marick. Hi, Marick. That's like Bridget's telling, she's teaching our son how to say mama, although he's saying dada, by the way. Bridget, I love you, sweetheart. But she always goes, she says, mama, mama. I said, baby, it's not a mama, it's just mama. Because she says, say a mama.
Aw.
Yeah. So
She's Italian.
Yeah, maybe. It's a mamma mia. It's okay. It's a pizza. All right, we're going to take a break. Again, so special to have Brooke here this morning. We appreciate her joining us. Those text lines are open. $30 gift card today coming your way courtesy of Cafe Texan. And all you have to do is text in the keyword rodeo along with your name on the Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line. at 936-339-0139. As always, our shows every Wednesday brought to you by Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. 25 years and over of excellence. They are opening up the academy coming up on Friday. So that is just a couple of days away. And we'll work on getting an article up on HelloHuntsvilleTX.com to celebrate that as well. We'll take a break. Word from our sponsors. More to come as we continue on. This is your show as always. It is Good Morning Huntsville.
Have you heard of Google, Amazon, or Wikipedia? Their founders were all Montessori students. Montessori is the only educational method developed by a doctor using the scientific method for what was best for the child. Come check out our award-winning childcare schools at Tomorrow's Promise. Did you know that 90% of brain development happens the first 5 years of life? Early childhood education is the most important time of life. Come find out what makes us different and why we are now adding a third location. Visit tpms.life for more information. Education you can trust.
Trendsetters, join me in welcoming Abby from the Color Bar, the ultimate destination for a fresh look in 2024.
Excited to be here, Rob. We're transforming styles with the latest Bellamy extensions and vibrant colors.
Tell us about these game-changing extensions and the vibe for the new year.
With Bellamy's range and our unique color palette, everyone can find their perfect style. Think bold reds and chic pastels for 2024.
And the deals?
We're offering special financing on extensions and a complimentary conditioning with any color service in January.
Abby, how can listeners join in?
Well, that's easy. They can just visit colorbartx.com or call us at 936-439-4972. We're in Huntsville and Conroe, ready to make your year stunning.
Thanks, Abby. Folks, don't wait to reinvent yourself with the Color Bar's Bellamy magic.
Welcome to Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville, where we've been caring for your furry family members for over 4 decades. Nestled at 877 IH 45 South, our kennel is a perfect retreat for your pet. With a climate-controlled facility, spacious exercise yards, we ensure a comfortable and enjoyable stay. At Magnolia Kennel, we offer a range of options including overnight boarding, extended stay boarding, and doggy day out. But that's not all. We also provide additional pampering services like baths and nail care to keep your pets looking and feeling their best. Making a reservation is a breeze at magnoliakennel.com. We take great pride in our dedication to the community, supporting our local fire departments by providing oxygen pet masks. Stay connected and enjoy adorable pet updates by following us on Facebook. Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville is where dogs get to be dogs. Visit us at magnoliakennel.com to book your pet's next stay. We can't wait to meet your 4-legged family members.
The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based 501c3 nonprofit Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addictions. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union, and our business is helping you take care of your business. In addition to personal accounts, Walker County Federal Credit Union also offers business accounts and business lending for commercial customers. We're devoted to taking care of the needs of our individual members and helping our business members with their financial success too. Call us today and find out how easy it is to work with Walker County Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA.
Ain't got no gas in it.
Welcome back here. Oh, goodness gracious. I don't even know what that was, Rick. Welcome back
I'm
in
not
here.
real sure either.
Did you hear that, Rick?
I heard it.
This is a courtesy of our friend. Send it over to Matt Childers. Here one more time, Rick. Here.
Ain't got no gas in it.
So if your lawnmower's not working, you may want to check the gas tank first. Rick, good to see you again.
Good to
Sorry
see
that it's
you.
like beat up. That's not good. Next Wednesday, can you beat up on me a little bit, please?
No, I don't. It doesn't bother
That's
me a
just
bit.
not friendly.
Once I had 4 sisters growing up, I am used to it.
This is why, like the Step Brothers movie, you don't like.
Why?
Because you didn't have, I mean, you had all sisters, right?
I don't really like conflict. That's why I don't argue with my wife.
Do you ever? It's like if there's something that comes up, do you just do this?
No, I usually have the sidearm. If I don't like it, then we can go outside and have discussion.
Yeah, right. And that's why Rick has all these, knocks on his head and bumps on his head. He's never the winner. I'm just kidding. Oh, goodness gracious, man.
It's sad but true.
Yeah. Oh, hey, so check this out. You know what today is, besides being Wednesday and tomorrow's Promise?
What is it?
It's National Tooth Fairy Day today.
Oh, do I need to pull a tooth?
Yeah, please. One year I got so tired of just getting and I love the Tooth Fairy.
Do you?
Yeah, the Tooth Fairy always gave me like $10.
Oh, whoa.
That was big as a child. $5 or $10.
I got news. I got a nickel.
Well, sorry for you. Well, back then that could buy a lot.
Well, that was just after they invented nickels. So
yes. Well, I usually got like $5 or $10, and I remember one year though was when the Game Boy was real popular. The old, I'm not talking a color Game Boy. I'm talking black and white, monochrome, crystal LCD, whatever, liquid display, green garbage display Game Boy.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Revolutionary. And so I remember writing a note under my pillow that year when I lost a tooth, and I said, and Tooth Fairy was real, and I said, Tooth Fairy, comma, I love you very much. Period. Please bring me a Game Boy this year instead of money.
And what happened?
And I got a letter with the $10 bill says, sorry, I only give money.
I guess it would be kind of hard to slip that Game Boy underneath your pillow.
Man, I can't wait for my children to,
start losing teeth
for the Tooth Fairy.
What are these?
For the Tooth Fairy to come, But I didn't. Needless to say, but here's the deal. Here's what happened. So at Christmas, I asked Santa to bring me a Game Boy, and guess what? Santa brought me a Game Boy. It was a clear Game Boy. They made them at one point. They made them in a clear case
where you could see the inside.
Could see the inside of them. And I left it at my cousin's house, and my little cousin didn't know any better. Well, he should have known better. He just didn't. He was little, and he decided when I left that Game Boy over there from spending the night one night, my cousin's little brother, so my little cousin, he decided he was going to take it to school with him and show it to all of his friends. And guess what happened? That Game Boy got stolen on the bus, and I never got it back.
I believe you.
Guess what happened? His daddy got me another Game Boy.
Well, that was sweet.
But he got it from a pawn shop. It was covered in dirt, and it was a regular old gray-cased Game Boy. It was nothing like the one that I had. And I remember as a child taking a toothpick and digging the dirt out of those little plastic. You know how they had the little plastic, like on the back of it? I literally took a toothpick, and I was picking the dirt out of it. I was really sad. Thanks a lot, Roger. I'm still bitter about that.
A little trauma there.
Yeah, I'm still really upset about. He should have. If you're going to replace it, give me the original one. Give me the one that I had.
Well, there are monetary constraints.
Well, put your kid to work. Replace it, man. And that clear Game Boy, that was like a big thing that year because they didn't make many of those.
I know. I remember seeing one. I never wanted one because I was married and had children.
I'm almost 40 years old, and I haven't thought about this in probably 20 years.
And you probably need to get over it, right now. Do you want me to go out and get you one?
Roger? I feel like it's boiling in me right now.
Really?
Yes. No, I'm just kidding. I got over it.
And just get away from it, Rob.
All right. Today is also a national. Can you still see me on the camera, Rick?
Yeah, I can see.
Here, put your head on put your head down like you're sleeping. Real quick.
I can't get down that far.
Today's National Public Sleeping Day.
It really is.
Excuse me, I'm slobbering on the microphone.
That's okay.
It's National Public Sleeping Day today.
Public sleeping.
Boy, I've never publicly slept before.
I have. I used to have to ride the bus in Houston going to Shell, and I'd nap on the bus.
You're a bus rider?
I was.
Metro bus?
Yeah.
Well, how much was it? Nickel?
Oh.
Was it like you? Yeah. Are you a public church sleeper?
Yes, I do. I'm a back row Baptist.
They don't even have food back there. Come on.
Sleep back. My pastor has just got such a soothing voice.
It's like if I ever heard it's like, what was it? James Earl Jones reading the New King James or the King James Version Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the guy I'm thinking about? Yeah. I could never listen to him. He put me to sleep. For God so loved the.
Yep. That's what would happen to me.
That was me. But it is your day today, and employers do not fire your employees today. Let them sleep in public.
They can't do that where we work.
Well,
we
yeah,
have to watch the children.
Don't do that. Don't do that tomorrow. Michelle's like perfect.
All right.
Michelle's already passed out over
Free
there
day.
this morning. Hey, big shout out to Caroline's Floral Shop, Leah Lineback. That's her little girl, by the way. That's
I
what I
know.
call it. It's so
Carol.
sweet.
Sweet
Caroline's Floral Shop. Today is their day. It is National Floral Design Day.
And she does an excellent job.
You know the roses and the flower. Bridget doesn't like roses. She likes an assortment of flowers. I learned this.
She likes plants.
So Bridget's, man, that's even better. Bridget likes plants too, though.
Well, if Kay gets cut flowers, she gets sad when they wither.
So here's the deal. I brought this up because on Valentine's Day, Leah delivered flowers to Bridget over at Bay's where she works.
Mhm.
And I got that, I was like, this is great. Someone had told me, I think it was Jason Thompson, hey, they've got this really cool thing. And obviously Leah's been a great friend and she's helped us so much. And so Sweet Caroline's Floral Shop, Leah Lineback delivered those flowers. And last night I made the comment to Bridget. I said, these flowers still look like the day that I got them for you. They're real. They're not fake.
Yeah.
And Bridget puts water. Those flowers still look exactly. I've never had flowers last that long before. Usually it's like a week and they're done. These things still look like the day I got them for on Valentine's Day.
Are they alive or are they cut flowers?
They're cut.
Wow.
And they're alive. Leah, whatever you're spraying on them flowers, keep doing it because they're alive. So
she does excellent work.
She does.
I mean, I am always impressed.
So go by and see her today on Celebrate this National Floral Design Day today. Rick, what else is new in your world while we fire up the old text line here?
What is new in my world? Well, it feels empty without Kay being here, and she's just sitting over there grinning at me.
I don't know why she's doing that. I'm glad that Kay is feeling better. So she's hanging out with us, but she said if she talks, she coughs a little bit. And so we didn't want to,
Well, she gets, spit all over everything.
Gosh, Kay, I don't know. She started rolling her eyes. I don't get it. Let's head over to the phone line. We got a winner today.
Okay.
Rick, I'll let you take it today because I can't talk anymore. I have no idea who this is. There's no name.
There's no name at all.
No name. You don't answer, you don't win.
Thank you for calling Precision Pest Control.
Oh,
Teresa.
that's, you know who that probably was?
Teresa.
Yeah, it was probably Teresa. Oh, wow. Well, if you call back before I punch in this next number, hold on, Rick. Here we go. Too late.
Yeah.
It's okay. No one knows what we're talking about.
I knew who she was. I talked to her yesterday.
Hello.
Hi there. This is Rick with Publishers Clearinghouse. How are you today?
Who's who now?
Rick with the Publishers Clearinghouse. Have you ever heard of our sweepstakes?
Hey, you've won a prize, by the way. This is legitimate. We didn't want you to get upset and say something on live on the air. So
no, you're good.
We put a stop to that pretty quick.
Where was you afraid I was going, Rob?
Well, with this gentleman's voice, he's like, man, who is this kid? I thought he's about to say something, Rick. I didn't want anybody showing up over here. Just kidding. Who are we speaking? Who is this today?
This is Romero.
Romero. Well, congratulations, man. $30 to Cafe. You're here in Huntsville, right, Romero?
I'm actually in Alaska.
Oh, well, that's close enough.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
You come into Huntsville sometimes, don't you?
Yes, sir.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
Well, you've heard of the Cafe Texan. Have you been over there yet?
I have not.
Well, you got $30 coming your way today.
It's a great place to eat.
Yeah. How often do you come to Huntsville?
Pretty at least every Tuesday.
Okay. Well, perfect. Well, we're going to save it for you, and we'll text you, and we'll have to coordinate a time. We'll probably have it for you over at First Baptist in Huntsville, Monday through Thursday, 9 to 2. You can pick it up. But we got a $30 gift card coming your way to Cafe Texan. How does that sound, man?
Sounds awesome.
Let me ask you, how did you find out about our show all the way there in Alaska?
We watch it on Facebook.
Well, perfect. We need to start shouting out to Alaska then, don't we?
We really should.
Yeah.
And Trinity.
Let us know one thing that's going on in Alaska, if you don't mind, just so we have something that we can mention.
Well, we have the annual barbecue coming up with the local fire department over here.
Perfect. Okay. We'll see. We need to start giving a shot. We focus a lot on Huntsville, and I'm so glad that y'all are joining us. So, well, man, we'll get that over to you. Romero, thanks so much for joining us. And Rick's got one final question for you, my friend.
What are you thankful for today?
Thankful for family.
All right. Well, amen. Well, hey, brother, God bless you, man. We'll get that over to you. And thanks for joining us today, my friend.
Thank you.
All right. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Cool. Check that out. Someone from Alaska joining us.
I had no idea we actually broadcast that for.
No, power of the internet. We don't have to worry about, I didn't pick you up on where. Well, you just download Facebook or YouTube. Boom. You ain't got to worry about it. You can join it. If you're on we need to figure this out. We need to get in touch with NASA, someone that's on the space station.
And see if they'll watch us.
Do a live Zoom with them.
I think we should do that.
Wouldn't that be cool? Be the first ever Zoom on a morning show with the space station. It's probably already been done already.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, Kay and I are going on a cruise in June. We'll do that.
Oh, do you get the internet package on the cruise?
I haven't yet.
Do you, Kay? Do you get the internet? Yeah, you have to when you're
well, she's on the cruise and she has to work.
I made the mistake of getting that internet package the second time we ever went, second and last time, and I regretted it.
Why is that?
Because then I was like on my phone.
You can't get her off that phone.
When you're on I get it though, because when you have to stay connected. And I was but the first cruise I went on, I don't know. I got back and I had like a million things on my desk. And I was like, I wish I would have just answered this, but it is what it is.
First cruise I went on, you couldn't get those people in the galleon to quit rowing the oars long enough to do anything.
Yeah. They had you on there doing that, right, Rick?
No, I was the one keeping time.
Well, to keep up with you, 1983, this day in history, the final episode of MASH aired. Did you ever watch it?
I'm sorry.
That show would put me to sleep. I never was a fan.
I enjoy MASH.
I didn't enjoy it at all.
We watched it last night.
Did y'all really?
Yeah.
I just didn't enjoy that music would always just put me to sleep.
It's called Suicide is Painless.
Whatever it was, I needed to quit playing it. Other ones here today. Let's see. Not a whole lot going on here. Pope Benedict resigned in 2013. It's okay. I don't really see anything else going on here. You know what though? 1953. What happened in 1953?
1953.
Scientific.
Science. I am sure that some scientific things did happen in 1953. Probably having to deal with science.
Yeah, there was something scientific that dealt with science that happened in 1953.
Oh.
The chemical structure of what was discovered? Now you can see it right there on the screen.
I can actually tell you what that stands for.
What?
DNA.
What does DNA stand for?
Ribonucleic acid, I think. No, that's RNA. Ribonucleic. Deoxynucleic acid. Is that it?
I think so. Rick was so confident in this, and
then I got it out, and it wasn't going.
Butchered it.
Ribonucleic acid is RNA.
DNA. What'd you say?
Deoxynucleic acid, I think.
And see, Rick said that like you worked at Shell. I thought you were like a chemical. Do you have a degree in like chemical engineering or anything?
I have a degree in BS. I actually have a PhD in BS.
Okay, perfect. Oh man. All right. Well, that was it. Finally, that's all there is today, Rick. So finally we're done.
You had enough of that, right?
Yeah. Real quick before we go, I did want to say a couple of shout outs this morning. Kyle Kreiner, thanks for being here in studio with us today. The Brisketeer of Huntsville. Jerica, all the way at Fargo, was joining us this morning. Clay Talsworth saying, "Good morning, Vietnam."
Clay is so much fun.
Over at 0 Degree. Good morning. Saucier Woodward, little Saucier. Jamie Saucier did our sign back there. Great guy joining us.
Jamie and Nina.
Yep. Great people joining us. Clay also said he's thankful for coffee this morning. You're a coffee drinker? Do you just straight up or do you mix it? What do you put in it?
I put honey in it.
Oh, I've seen you do that at Cafe Texan. Yeah. Okay. Bill Doggett joining us, our county commissioner. Good morning, Bill. Always great to see you, my friend. Billy did say this. He even put a little emoji on there. He said, "Good morning, dumplings," and he put a little dumpling emoji on there.
Wait, am I still a dumpling?
Yeah, you are. You're
okay,
still
good.
in. Quentin Glaze, our number one engager, joining us this morning. Good to see you, my friend. Paul Oley said that he's doing great. The week is almost gone. Big event coming up this Saturday. We need to get it up on the website. Maybe it already is. Michelle's been going crazy on the website for us, by the way, adding stuff like wildfire. Safe House is having their bingo event this Saturday, so come on out. I used to enjoy emceeing that. It was a lot of fun. They did.
Why aren't you emceeing it now?
Well, I've had to step back a little. Kids and family and all that.
Yeah.
I'm only really delegating myself to maybe 1 or 2 emceeing jobs. One of them may be something to do with Tomorrow's Promise nonprofit.
I certainly hope so, because
yeah.
we really missed you last year.
Yeah, and
although Bill Doggett stepped up and he did a fantastic job.
I felt so terrible too. Like
I thought you were just dogging us.
No, I had 102 fever, and I was like, I don't know what to. I feel bad about this. And
I remember how sick you were.
And then was that before I had the hand, foot, and mouth?
I think that was while you had the hand, foot, and mouth.
Yeah, it didn't look good. It wasn't pretty. So my sister was, or my Bridget was like, "What do you have? Like, what is this?"
Plague.
And then my sister was like, "You may have the mumps," and I was like, "I don't think it's the mumps, Rebecca," but it was not good. But yeah, Safe House bingo this Saturday. Look, I said it. Michelle's like, the keyboard is like smoking right now over there.
I see smoke coming. I think she's doing smoke signals.
Steph Valley over at Magnolia Kennel joining us, saying it's a positive day with the pups over at Magnolia Kennel. Russell Humphrey joining us early. John Volkmer saying, howdy, friends. My sister was saying, I can't believe it's been a year since she helped us move home. That's crazy. It has been almost. We moved back. I am
glad you moved back.
Lousy March weather. Did you ever see that on The Simpsons?
Yeah.
Christine Mitchell saying good morning to us. Great to see you. Brittany Wright over at Color Bar Tanning Salon. Good morning. El Turpening, we still have your Cafe Texan gift cards up on a prize rack.
And if you don't want it, I'm just saying.
Here's the deal, folks. If you want a prize, we have a lot of prizes to pick up. If you have won a prize on this show, we are going to take all of those prizes from now on. If you can't be, you can be here in the morning. If you can be here between 7:30 and 8:30, Monday through Friday, to pick them up, we'll try to have them. But for sure, come by First Baptist Church from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Miss Molly will be there. She is the front of the church, and we've been doing prize pickups over there because the church is almost always open. But 9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
And what's the address?
Pick up your prizes. The address is Google Maps, First Baptist Church, Huntsville, and it'll take you right to it. It's on Avenue J, 1221 Avenue J, I believe it is. So, yeah. Walls Unit 1 block over. So, there you go, right there. So, come on down here and get the rest of it.
Great advertising there.
Great advertising. John Volkmer, again, good morning to you. What did Christine says here? She says Packed and Ready Ministries having a garage sale fundraiser this Saturday from 8 to 2 p.m. This is at 3175 State Highway 19. They are going on mission trips to Africa and other places. They are also a 501c3 nonprofit. This is Packed and Ready Ministries. Christine, why don't you come on the show and talk to us about Packed? I
haven't heard of that.
I haven't heard of them before. Christine, we'd love to have you guys on. So come on the show and let us know more about Packed and Ready Ministries. We'd love to hear from you sometime. And many other folks. We won't be able to get to all of these today, but we appreciate all of you so much for being on the show this morning. Rick, before we close out, any final remarks? No, Wednesday. What is your Wednesday wisdom? Because Kay normally gives it to us. What Wednesday wisdom do you have for us?
When your wife is sick, do your best to take care of her.
Man, boy, that's great Wednesday wisdom.
Is it? She's got a gun.
Take care of the wife. So that is good, Rick. Hey, and we want to remind you, friends, the Academy is opening up on March the 1st. We'll get with Kay, and we want to get an article up on the website to highlight that.
And I will be there live and in person.
And ribbon cutting is on March the 5th. I almost said 4th, but it was like, because it's kind of the same 5th and 4th. And 5th came out March the 5th at 4 p.m. at the Academy. It's located off Veterans Memorial right there.
Parking in the back.
Come on down there and get the rest of it. What's going to be there? You're going to have hors d'oeuvres?
Aren't we going to have charcuterie? Charcuterie boards?
Charcuterie.
Can you spell that?
Yeah, charcuterie board.
Pretty close.
Yeah,
that's good.
All right. Well, make sure to mark that down. Christine, send us a message too, and we'll get with you. We'd love to hear from you. Text us, by the way, Christine, if you don't mind. Text us on our Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line. Just put your first and last name on there and mention the organization name again, if you don't mind, 936-339-0139, and we'll get that worked out. Well, that'll wrap it up. Again, we appreciate Tomorrow's Promise. They are the educational experts, especially in early childhood development. My Braylon goes there. Caden starts on Friday. We're so thrilled about that, and it's going to be really convenient. Nothing where he is currently going. We just needed a place that was more convenient. And we were always planning on getting him at Tomorrow's Promise anyways. And now we finally get to do that. And so we are so thrilled.
And I'm just a disclaimer here. I am not a product of Tomorrow's Promise Montessori schools.
Yeah, he's not. So
not even close.
So, I did want to tell you this. I do have one bone to pick with you guys.
What is that?
And Braylon never wants to leave now. I can't get her out of there. She looks at me and just turns around and starts playing. She's finally playing with. Kay was right. Yesterday I went to pick her up. She's playing with 2 other children. I was like,
After
this is
you
great.
said that, I went and watched, and I saw her playing with other children.
And yesterday I couldn't even get her to come to me. I was like, Daddy's here. And she's like, oh, and she walked the other way.
What the heck?
So that is the worst thing that's going to happen to you at Tomorrow's Promise. The only bad thing that's ever going to happen to you at Tomorrow's Promise is once your children start going, they may not want to come home in the evenings. So, but she's learning, in all seriousness, she's learned so much, and we're so thankful to have our children there. And I encourage you, if you're looking for a place, Kay is so passionate about children and taking care of them and making sure that they have the tools that they need for life. And parents, you got to do your part too. You know, this isn't a place you don't just drop your children off and expect the educators to raise your children. They do a great job with what they do. But you know what, parents, you got to do your part too. When those children get home, you read to them, sign up for the Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, free book, 0 to 5, and do your part as a parent also. And everything works really well.
To demonstrate Kay's patience, she has put up with me for nearly 20 years.
That's unbelievable.
It really is.
And not a single gray hair on her head. So, there you go. All right. Well, that'll wrap it up here today. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Our friends from the Color Bar will be here. And hey, you know what? We've got more guests coming tomorrow. And I believe we will have Tracy Reichert joining us tomorrow from the Huntsville Visitor Center. She is the tourism manager here for Huntsville. She'll be joining us talking about the March to Sam. Is that what it's called? The March to Sam's Grave. March to the Grave coming up, and Sam Houston Day coming up here in Huntsville. So she's going to highlight some events. We'll have her tomorrow. And then on Friday, we're going to have an awesome testimonial show with a gentleman by the name of Brad Didier will be joining us. He's going to be sharing some of his testimony and what he's involved in with Ironman. But it ties in to some really cool things that God has done in his life. So you definitely want to stay tuned in the rest of this week. Appreciate you, Rick. Love you, man. Good to have you on.
You too,
and
Rob.
we appreciate Tomorrow's Promise so much. We appreciate y'all. We'll wrap it up with that. Friends, as we end every show, reminding you today that we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We do need each other. Provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you. Good morning, Huntsville, and God bless. We'll see you back at it bright and early tomorrow morning. So long, everyone.